If you're watching this video, it means you already feel it. The noise, the chaos, the constant pull of a world that never stops. You felt distracted, unfocused, maybe even lost in your own thoughts. But deep inside, you also know this. You were meant for more. You've seen characters like Ayanokoji, the calm genius, the silent strategist, always composed, always in control. But this isn't just about admiration. It's about understanding what he represents. And it's something real, something you can train, something you can master. This video is not about becoming a fictional character. It's about becoming the version of you that's no longer ruled by impulses, noise, or overstimulation. It's about taking back your mind, reclaiming your focus, your discipline, and your potential. Let's begin. Let me start with a truth many people don't want to hear. Your brain is under attack. Not by enemies, not by viruses, but by noise. Endless, invisible digital noise. Every time you scroll your feed, switch tasks, or chase another notification, your brain pays a price. And the worst part? It doesn't feel like damage. It feels like fun, like convenience, like modern life. But what it's doing is destroying your ability to focus, fragmenting your attention, and reshaping your brain in ways that make deep thinking nearly impossible. You were not designed for this world. The human brain evolved in silence, in stillness, in a world of birdsong, firelight, and human connection. Now it's being rewired by algorithms, apps, and instant gratification. You've probably noticed it already. That sense of restlessness, that urge to check your phone, that discomfort with boredom. It's not you being lazy. It's your brain adapting to a toxic environment. And if we don't fix it, if we don't fight back, then everything we hope to achieve, discipline, learning, peace, success, it all fades under the pressure of overstimulation. But there is a way out, and it begins with awareness. To regain control, you must first understand what's happening inside your brain. Every time you get a notification or scroll a video, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical that's meant to reward meaningful effort and progress. But with modern technology, dopamine has become cheap. Instead of working for it, we get it instantly. We no longer need to finish a task, overcome a challenge, or learn a skill. One swipe, one click, one tap, and boom, dopamine. This cheap, rapid release rewires your reward system. It teaches your brain to expect stimulation with no effort. Now imagine trying to sit down and study, or read, or reflect. Your brain resists, not because you lack motivation, but because those things don't deliver dopamine as fast as your phone does. And here's the dangerous part. Your brain starts to believe that slow, meaningful work is boring. That deep thinking is painful. That silence is something to avoid. That's overstimulation. And it's not just bad for productivity. It's destructive to your long-term mental health and identity. There are two types of people in today's world. Those who are ruled by their impulses, shaped by distraction, and drift through life in a fog of entertainment. And those who train their minds like warriors who build attention, discipline, and clarity through focused effort. The difference between the two? Training. This video is your entry point into that training. And we're going to start by rebuilding your mind from the inside out. Not by adding more information, not by working harder, but by subtracting everything that's pulling you away from yourself. One of the most powerful yet overlooked tools in mental training is called interoception. This is your ability to sense what's happening inside your own body, your heartbeat, your breathing, your inner state. Studies show that people with strong interoceptive awareness have better self-control. Why? Because they are aware of their impulses before they act on them. Here's your first training exercise. Sit still for 5 minutes every day. Close your eyes. Don't check your pulse. Just breathe and try to feel your heartbeat. That's it. It may sound simple, but this practice strengthens your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for judgment, planning, and willpower. The stronger this region becomes, the less power distractions have over you. Most people try to fight distraction by working harder. They drink more coffee, force themselves to focus for hours, and push through mental fatigue. This doesn't work. It only burns you out. Instead, you need to align with how your brain naturally operates. Human brains function in rhythms, waves of energy and rest. These are called ultradian cycles. Typically, your brain can focus deeply for about 90 minutes before it needs recovery. So here's the ideal protocol. Work deeply for 90 minutes. Then rest without screens for 20 minutes. Repeat. But here's the key. Your rest must include proprioceptive input. That means physical movement. Simple actions like wall pushes, stretching, or walking. These movements reactivate your nervous system and prevent dopamine crashes. They reset your focus and protect your mind from overstimulation. Let's talk about dopamine one more time. If normal tasks like reading, studying, or even thinking feel boring, it's likely your dopamine system is desensitized. That means your brain is flooded with so much cheap stimulation that it no longer reacts to meaningful effort. But there is a way to fix it, and it's called controlled discomfort. This means deliberately exposing yourself to mild, safe forms of challenge to force your brain to produce dopamine naturally. One of the most effective methods? Cold exposure. At the end of your next shower, turn the water to cold for just 45 seconds. You will hate it. It will feel uncomfortable. But that discomfort triggers a reset. It wakes your nervous system up and tells your brain, this is what real reward feels like. And after you step out of that cold water, you'll feel it clarity, energy, and motivation, all without a screen. It's not enough to train for 1 day or 1 week. The true challenge is consistency, because your brain by default will always try to return to old habits. Familiar patterns are easier. They require less energy. That's how the brain saves effort. So to stay disciplined, you must build structures that keep you accountable. There are 2 proven methods to do this. 1. Pre-commitment. This means eliminating the possibility of distraction before it even happens. Just like Ulysses had himself tied to the mast so he couldn't give in to temptation, you need to do the same. Use tools like Cold Turkey, Freedom, or Focus Me. These apps block websites and distractions during your deep work sessions. You are not weak for using tools. You are wise for setting up systems that protect your goals. 2. Sensory conditioning. This might surprise you. Scent can be used to trigger deep focus. Studies show that aromas like peppermint enhance alertness, memory, and focus. But more importantly, your brain can be trained to associate a scent with a mental state. Here's how. Choose a unique scent: peppermint oil, rosemary, citrus. Only use it when doing deep work. Over time, your brain will associate that smell with focus. Eventually, just smelling it will pull you into a focused state. This is called olfactory conditioning, and it works because the olfactory system is directly connected to your limbic system, the center of memory and habits. If you made it this far, you're already ahead of 99% of people. You didn't click away. You didn't give up when your brain craves stimulation. That alone proves you have what it takes to master your mind. Now you know the truth. Overstimulation is the modern enemy, but your brain is not broken. It is adaptable. It is strong, and it is waiting for you to take control. So here's your path forward. Train interoception to build impulse control. Use ultradian rhythms to balance focus and rest. Expose yourself to discomfort to reset your dopamine system. Build commitment systems to protect your focus. Use scent to condition your brain into deep work states. This isn't theory. It's a blueprint. It's what separates the distracted from the disciplined, the reactive from the intentional, and the ordinary from the elite. So choose the quiet. Choose the stillness. Choose the work that no one sees. Because in a world full of noise, the ability to think is your ultimate advantage. You already know what to do. Now do it. If this message spoke to you, if you felt something awaken deep within, then don't let it fade. This video was more than just information. It was a mirror, a challenge, a map. And if you're ready to keep going, to sharpen your mind, build your discipline, and master this modern world, like this video if it gave you clarity, comment below with the habit you're going to build first. I read every single one. Subscribe if you're serious about designing a life of focus, power, and peace. And remember, each video on this channel is crafted not to entertain you, but to transform you. So choose your next step wisely.